Chapter 6567. Tawana didn't expect that the CIA would come to Japan to look for her. She retreated subconsciously in panic and couldn't help asking, "Why are you looking for me? I don't seem to have done anything illegal, right?" The agent said coldly, "I'm sorry, Miss Sweet, we didn't say you did anything illegal. But we received an order from the headquarters, and there are some important things that require your cooperation in the investigation." Tawana said, "How do I know if you are really the CIA? At least let me call my lawyer first and ask him to confirm it." The agent immediately took out relevant certificates and several documents, placed them on the table, and said coldly, "Here are my personal certificates and a fax from the FBI headquarters, with a subpoena for you, as well as the authorization from the U.S. Embassy in Japan and an official letter from the Japanese Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Are these enough to prove our identities? In addition, there are officials from the Japanese Ministry of Foreign Affairs on the scene. They received a diplomatic note, so they came to cooperate with our work." Tawana immediately said, "Then I have to call my lawyer and let him know my situation." "I'm sorry," the agent said coldly. "Since this is a serious matter, in order to prevent collusion, from now on, you are not allowed to make or receive phone calls. You are not allowed to touch your phone from now on until the investigation is over." Then, the agent whispered, "You should know that some problems have occurred in the country. Some people are being investigated by the FBI. The FBI knows that you are in Japan, so they have commissioned the CIA stationed in Japan to take you to the embassy for remote questioning. This matter has been authorized by the White House and cannot be delayed." Tawana was obviously more nervous when she heard this. She hurriedly said, I will perform in a few hours. And tens of thousands of audiences are waiting." The agent said, "As long as you cooperate well at the embassy, the investigation will be over soon. And we will send you back then." "No." Tawana looked nervous and blurted out, "Tens of thousands of fans are waiting for the show to start. If I'm late or can't attend the performance, they will be very disappointed. If you need my cooperation, at least wait until the end of my concert." The agent shook his head and said, "Miss Sweet, Washington is waiting for us. In order to ensure the synchronization of investigations on both sides, we must take you to the embassy within an hour." Then the agent said, "Miss Sweet, if you cooperate with us, we will try to finish it as soon as possible, send you back as soon as possible, and try not to delay your performance. But if you refuse to cooperate, we have to forcibly take you away from here. The whole process will be more troublesome and delayed. It will take longer, and our attitude will not be as friendly as it is now." Trevor on the side immediately stood up and said, "There is a lawyer in our accompanying team this time. But he is not here now. Please wait a moment, I will call the lawyer and ask him to come as soon as possible." The agent nodded and said, "You can notify the lawyer. But Miss Sweet must go with us immediately. If Miss Sweet refuses to cooperate, then we can only take her away by force." Seeing that these people would not give up until Tawana was taken away, Mitsui Yoshitoka immediately stepped forward and said to the Japanese Ministry of Foreign Affairs staff, "I wonder if you can communicate with them. It is best not to affect Miss Sweet's performance." One of the Japanese Ministry of Foreign Affairs officials shook his head and said, "This matter is the Americans' own business. The people who came to take people away are American agents. And the people to be investigated are American citizens. In addition, the U.S. Embassy in Japan has asked us for assistance. So we have no right to interfere." Mitsui Yoshitoka nodded slightly. Apart from the fact that this incident happened in Japan, it had nothing to do with Japan. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs was just cooperating and naturally had no say. Tawana felt very uneasy at this moment. She probably knew what the FBI wanted to ask her about. It was nothing more than some recent uproar in the United States, and rumors about her involvement in these things were also rampant.